Good morning, everybody. How are y'all doing today? It's Kareem Jackson. You guys are live here with me. It is Friday. We are getting ready here and all that great stuff today. You guys, it's going to be a fun show. Our guest, Adrianne, is already here, y'all. It's going to be a quick show. You guys have seen our cover, right? You saw it in the preview. You've seen it all over the place. The cover is really, really phenomenal. And then, of course, within my own Jackson family, y'all, my cousin has some kick-ass art that happen to be women. And of course, our issue is the KC 50 to 100 Black women. She's one of those. And it's also the KC 1000 directory. So it made perfect sense. And then we thought, well, let's go for this little artsy architectural digest, People magazine, Time magazine type look, as opposed to this typical glossy models, who's who cover. Let's show people that Black folks are sophisticated and we like art. So we put some art on the cover. And you guys have loved. If you love that, you're gonna really love Adrianne. Adrianne, girl, how you doing? How
good.
Are you, Adrianne? It is so good to see you. Good morning. So Adrianne, people love that cover, girl. They love your artwork.
Thank you. I appreciate that. That cover is actually a part of a Women in Jazz series.
Women's Jazz series, and all of your work. I'm going to show some of your stuff here too, Adrianne, but all of your work is really, really so good. Actually, let me put that graphic back up here. But Adrianne, so tell us more about how you got into artistry and what's going on with young Black artists in Kansas City. Tell us about what's up with the Kansas City Black art situation right now in Kansas City.
I feel like right now it's kind of on the boom. I've seen since the Black Lives Matter murals, I know that there are a lot of Black artists in Kansas City, but they seem to be more visible, seem to be gaining more opportunities as we learn about like the cafe, which is an artist call. It's like a website you can go on and you can submit your work. I learned about that and am able to submit my designs and get opportunities that way. I feel like Black people are beginning to set our own platforms for artists to be seen. If you go down to 18th and Vine, they have paint and sips down there sometimes. There are different opportunities. And like the Kansas City People's Choice Award, one of the musicians, the rap artist, had 2 artists on each side of the stage. So I think we are creating opportunities for ourselves as well as far as Black artists are concerned.
Tell us more about the Black Lives Matter Murial. How did you get that going downtown? How did that even get going?
Well, I'm a part of an artist collective called Black Space Black Art. The founder of that collective is Natasha Ria El-Scari, who is my sister, but she's also a poet and an author in her own right. And she also owns a Black art gallery called the Natasha Ria Gallery. Anyway, she is kind of like our curator, our founder, and different businesses, local businesses will come to her and we will partner with them and display our artwork in those businesses and sell them. So KC Art on the Block in the city of Kansas City, I think in Urban League, were looking for artists to paint these murals. So they went to Natasha. So 5 out of the 6 Black Lives Matter muralists are artists that were either the founding members of Black Space Black Art or they were members in some type of way. So like you have on 63rd and Troost, Warren Styles Harvey. You have on 63rd and Brookside, Vivian Blewett, Wilson Blewett. You have on 10th and Baltimore, Adrianne Jackson. And then you had in Briarcliff, Harold Smith, which is one of the artists that you have been speaking to. And then I was on 18th and Vine. So they took it to her. She asked us if we would be willing. We originally thought we were going to work on 1 together. And then we found out we were going to be working on 5 separately. So it's the only state so far that has erected 6 murals simultaneously. And that's how.
And you guys see that on the screen. You guys have seen this before, but I'm putting that back there for you again, you guys. So tell them, Adrianne, about that. How did you guys get that going?
Well, KC Art on the Block, Urban League was my site lead. So I didn't have to worry about getting volunteers. I didn't have to worry about any of those things. Gwen kind of had that going. It was in place already. They set up where people came through and were, checked because it was during a time where COVID was running rampant. We had our mask on and all of that. So we were super safe. The only thing I was responsible for was creating a design and then the implementation of that design. And so I did create 2 designs. And while I was the artist and I could have chosen, I went back to Gwen and I said, okay, what would you prefer? I got some feedback. She let me know that it was the centennial of Urban League. And so that's why you see the 100 and the B and the M, because it was the centennial logo for the Urban League. I wanted the Black Lives Matter mural to also represent that area, right? So that area is known to be a gathering spot for African American people in our community. So I wanted it to be very Black. I wanted it to represent jazz, and that's why you see those piano keys and Alicia Keys walked on. And then I wanted those Black power fists to represent strength. You have the Kansas City logo to kind of represent the Negro League Museum. It sits right between the Gym Theater, the Negro, and the Jazz Museum. So that particular day, it was raining, and it was after a First Friday, to kind of paint the picture. Yeah. We had a lot of people that participated in the implementation. AIA is an architectural firm. They drew down the letters. I had students that came and supported and helped. Once they laid down the letters, we drew in the design. People started showing up about 11 o'clock, I guess you would say, to kind of help paint. We pretty much had that mural completed maybe by 1 o'clock, just because of strategy, I think. And there was like over 100 volunteers that were willing and ready to help create this huge statement. Great experience. I would do it again 1,000 times.
So tell me this, sister. So you're putting this together. You guys, I do remember that you guys are trying to get this together, and a lot of folks thought the older, more Black elite in Kansas City, they didn't really help you guys out that much. Am I correct or am I wrong? I mean, you guys kind of are the young, up and coming, aspiring artist, so to speak. I mean, none of her work looks like it, y'all.
The sponsorships, I know that was KC Art on the Block, so they took care of that. As far as the older artists in Kansas City, we're a separate collective. So we work together. I don't think there was any shade. Now, just like any person, when an opportunity is given, if you felt like you could have done it or done it better, of course, you may feel some type of way, but really it was just a celebratory moment for all Black artists in Kansas City, the artists that I interact with. If there were any Black artists that felt negatively about it, I didn't directly hear it, and I'm sorry that they felt that.
So tell me, so you guys are doing Black Lives Matter. So there was, in a lot of issues, I didn't see this in Kansas City, thank God, but in a lot of cities, people actually went out there and demolished or damaged stuff. They weren't as happy about it. But it looks like in Kansas City, at all of the Black Lives murals, everybody was like down. Black folks, white folks, no one was upset. No one criticized anything. Or am I missing something?
Yeah, there were some people that were upset. And you saw it more on social media. So like when we would post the pictures or discuss it, you would see the comments on social media. Maybe there were a few Black people. I think people confused the statement with the organization. We had nothing to do with the organization itself. We are not linked to the organization. The statement stands true. And if they took it for what it was, then they wouldn't have been offended. But we did have one mural that was defaced, and that was the one in Briar Cliff by Harold Smith. And we did go back and work on it, but what we didn't do was paint over the tire marks. He instead decided to incorporate them in a design, and we added to it.
Tell me also then too, I'm really curious to you, sister, is that I didn't even know that you were a painter and artist. I had no idea that you were doing all this stuff, this great stuff. How did you get into that? How did you actually go through and start becoming an artist in the first place? And how would you inspire younger people that are trying to become artists and want to do what you're doing, because your stuff is so beautiful? How did they begin?
I've always drawn. My mom says as early as maybe 2, and she just kept me with supplies. She kept me with the materials needed. I did have some great people around me. Like, I'm a part of a blended family. So my stepfather's mother and my granny, my maternal grandmother, were best friends. They owned businesses. They ran a sewing co-op, but my Nana was also an artist. So she kind of guided me as far as like proportions and those types of things. And then I'm a part of the Kansas City, Missouri School District. And I went to school during the DSEG program, the Magnet School theme. So I went to the Middle School of the Arts under Miss Betty Hudson and Richard Bay were my art teachers. And then I auditioned for Paseo, which is where I graduated from. And I had great teachers like Mario Jordan, Kathy Mendenhall, Rusty Newton, Wendy West. Like, I had all these great art teachers who are also artists who kind of guided me, gave me the information that I needed. But then I went into education. So I've been teaching for 21 years and I have 4 children.
Oh my God. Really?
So I was creating, but I was like teaching, right? So I haven't really been creating to sell or to exhibit except for the past 4 years. So it was just a matter of allowing my kids to get older, carving out time for myself, and then just creating every day as much as possible. I kind of had a snafu when my mom passed 2 years ago and I didn't paint for a while, but just really painting every day. And in doing that, my mother always told me, you need to be able to do whatever anybody asks you to do. So I kind of function, the style of the cover is one style, which is what you see back here. I also can flow in this way too. So I just I create however I create in a moment. I encourage my scholars to create. And I think I learn a lot while teaching them.
She's asking, where can you purchase this art? It is off the chain.
That's a great question. One of the ways is I am on Instagram. My hook is at Rendering Art Studio. So you can see some pieces there and you can message me there. I also do commission work and sometimes I do paint parties and I customize the canvas to whoever asks me to design based on their theme. But I just recently set up a website through Fine Arts America. If you want to go directly to it, it would be https://Adrianne-Clayton.pixels with the S on the end.com. And okay, that will take you directly to my art alone. Otherwise, you can just go through Fine Arts America, type in Adrianne Clayton, and it will pop up. On that website, it will let you know what originals are available, but you can also have it printed on anything from a mug to a pillow to a print that's framed, and you can do it that way.
So they're also asking, what do you use, Miss Adrianne? What do you paint with?
Sometimes I'll use oil paint, and sometimes I'll use acrylic. A lot of times I use acrylic. Like for this painting, my students, we had a student that was she's a fallen trailblazer from this summer, and the students ran into me the first day and was like, we have to do something to honor her. So then it's not finished, but I began working on this one. But it's done in acrylic. I needed it to dry quickly, so I use acrylic. I can move faster with acrylic. But yeah, so I can paint with oil or acrylic. A lot of times I use acrylic.
You're not on LinkedIn, are you?
I am, but not under Rendering Art Studio. So I need to create a separate business. But I do have this here. See, can you see that? Is that clear?
I see that. What is that? Rendering Art Studio, you guys, they're at Adrianne-Clayton.pixels.com. That's the one that we showed, right?
Yep.
Okay.
And that's my IG hook. So,
okay, I see the Adrianne-Clayton. Okay, well, okay. So Adrianne, they went back and forth about whether we should have a actual model. You know, like before we had celebrities or business people or models on the cover, and we were really like, oh, everyone's doing that now. What's unique and how God works, the blessing was, here you come in this artwork, and then it just so happens to be y'all. So he was going to be in anyway. Her name was Clayton, but it used to be Jackson. So she's, she looked just like Grandma. So if you guys know Mama Jack, the Opal, she is an identical twin to Grandma. So yes, we're keeping it in the family. And one thing that we also talk about a lot, Adrianne, here is how family in Kansas City, Black folks, we work together, we support each other, families are there for each other. I wanted to make sure that, yes, my cousin was on my damn cover. So she's going to have 100,000 folks see her picture. I can guarantee you that, between social media, online, in print, all over the promotions. We were the Kansas City Star yesterday, so the Kansas City Star got it. So if we're in the Star, our cover girl / family is going to be in the Star. So they got to show the cover. And I want people out there to realize art is really the future. It's kind of where it's going. But Adrianne, folks out there that want to get art for their home, do you have any advice for people that want art? How do they choose art? How do they choose an artist?
I would say that's why I love my collective, because when we display together. So you get right now 3 different styles, because sometimes you don't know what you like until you actually see a bunch of options. So I would say do your research, look at a lot of different artists in your local area. The other common thing I hear is I don't have enough wall space. But like it could go on a wall. The wall behind me isn't super large. As long as the wall isn't too small for the art, it can still work, right? And we sometimes will go into people's homes and hang it for them because they need that assistance a little bit. But really choosing art is just about what you like, what you want to see, maybe the color things, and maybe you're not choosing something that's already created. Maybe you are commissioning a piece. Mm-hmm. Sit down with your artist, the artist of your choice, and kind of discuss, this is what I like, this is what I don't like. I have some people that prefer faces. And then I have some people that prefer to not have the faces. They just like the figures. So it just, it's about figuring out what you like.
And I'll tell you this too, what she's saying about commission, let me break this down to y'all. If you've got a business, a restaurant, something like that, say that you want a fabulous cover and you want to commission, you want to retain, you want to give a deposit and pay them to make a custom piece of art for you that you can use for your business, or Murial, obviously, for your business or for your museum or for your family or a wall, I would assume as well. She means commission, meaning give her a deposit. She'll get everything together. She'll come out there and start painting it. It'll be an original work of art for you. And then you can go ahead and have something that's very unique that you created. And it keeps the artist's style, though. She's not no photocopy machine, okay? She ain't copying stuff now. She got her own style. But she would have her to commission, maybe you want one woman, not 5 women or whatever is on the cover. Maybe you want, big girls, not skinny girls, or, maybe you want to play a certain instrument as opposed to the cello. That's what she means by commission. Is that correct?
Yeah, correct. I've even done drum heads. There's a drummer called Church Boy here in Kansas City, and he asked me to paint one of our thicker women on his drum head.
See, how did I know that? How did I know?
You want to see yourself in the work that surrounds you, right?
Exactly.
And I think that's the biggest thing with Black art nowadays. We are able to see ourselves in the art that's out in the public arena, and that's not always been the case. You should be able to see a reflection of yourself.
Yeah.
Whether it's a Black-owned business or not.
Exactly. I was just getting ready to say that. Is in the day right now, Black is trending. Black art is in. Ethnic art is in. And let me tell you this too, y'all, white folks, if you're watching this, don't go to TG or don't go to Walmart, y'all. Don't go to that little design center inside, department store, even the World Market. I mean, that's cute. But when it comes to art, that little thing that you're buying for $9.99 at the dollar store or wherever it is, you may think, especially if you're not Black, you may think it looks cute and it's ethnic art and whatever like that. But how much better would it be to actually know an artist that's done murals, it's been on TV, she's on the magazine covers now. Her prices are getting ready to go up. So you're better off getting her piece now and having it already. But the point of it is really get real Black art because it's not that expensive. And it actually is worth something. When she becomes some fabulous artist and gets older and gets gray hair, and now she's in the Nelson Actors Museum herself, you've got one of her early pieces. And if you don't mind me asking, what is the range of artwork when they buy it from you?
It can be anywhere from maybe $85 to $10,000.
So like a piece like the one behind you that's like our cover, what would that piece cost?
I believe this piece is classified at $2,000. And it's 30 by 48. The frame was made by my father.
Really?
Yes.
Like Uncle Tommy?
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
Let me zoom in here. Let me see. Let me zoom in, y'all. Let's see this.
Right.
Let's see. Okay, look. Okay, so I need layaway. So, $2,000. So a fabulous painting with all of that detail that's cover worthy. No one's questioned the cover, Adrianne. No one's looked at that piece and been like, oh, that picture, what is that? Ain't no negativity. They're all like, oh my God. So a piece of work like that, you guys, you need about $2,000. And that, I assume that's because it's in the frame already, right?
It is.
Okay. So
that whole collection is.
Okay.
It was in the American Jazz Museum.
Well, you guys, I wanted you to really meet a real Kansas City artist. I wanted you to see how wonderful and beautiful they are. And we're so blessed to have a creative and gifted family like this. So I feel blessed. But I wanted you guys to understand how it is and how things are doing. You can easily have a rectangular pillow for, I think, $20 or whatever it might be or less at your house. Maybe. With art on it, things like that, right? Be creative. And when you walk into the house, you're from Kansas City. You don't need to have Black art. You got Black Kansas City folks And if you want to look like Black elite and be looking bougie, you can't beat having a fabulous artist from your own town for $2,000 framed on your wall. So just keep that in mind there, you guys. Adrianne, I'm gonna let you get back to the beautiful students that you got there. Do you have anything you want to say for anybody? Any inspiration? You got anything new coming out? Closing words, girls. Closing words.
I would say whatever your creative niche is, whatever you have in your storehouse, in your wheelhouse, it's meant to make money for you. Like, you can use it, do it scared. If you're a single mom, do it anyway. I'm a single mom. I work a full-time job. I have a grandbaby. Do it anyway. Do whatever it is that makes you happy. Everybody has a creative niche. I'd say just go for it. Somebody is waiting for you to share your gift. Get a group of people too. A group of people that will give you constructive criticism and feedback on your work. That a group of people that will help you grow. And then find someone that is a successful business person and ask questions. And just ask questions. Surround yourself with people that are successfully running a business using their gifts. That's what I would say. My sister, Natasha, she told me you need to have 17 pieces ready January. That was 4 years ago. And now, we've done Black Lives Matter murals. We've exhibited in American Jazz Museum. We've done I've shipped work to Indianapolis, all types of things. Chalk the Walk. Now there's the Heart of Parade in Kansas City. I just submitted for that. And either you get it or you don't, but at least you tried. So that's what I would say. Do it scared, do it anyway.
Well, thank you very much, Adrianne. I appreciate that. I'm glad that you got a chance to come on here and tell your boss or whoever's there. Thank you so much for believing in what she's doing and letting her have these few minutes with us. We're an international audience. We're trying to support Black artists, and she is one of them, and she just happens to be on the cover. So I want to thank them for that also, Adrianne. And lastly, Adrianne, love you, miss you. I hope to see you very soon. Tell the family I said I miss and love them. So I'm glad that we can connect this way. And love you, girl. Thank you very much for being here. Cheers. Talk to you later, sister.
Bye-bye.
And thanks again for being here again, Kareem Jackson, you guys live on the set. Remember this, you guys, I've been saying this for 20 years. Success is for everyone. That means you, Black people, Black women, poor people, rich people. Success is for everyone. God, that is your rite of passage. Jesus was a carpenter. He did not work at IKEA. So entrepreneurship, following your dreams, like Adrianne said, you can have a job, but still follow your passion part-time, because you never know what's going to happen, like COVID. And when lockdown happens, a $2,000 painting sold can really help that bottom line at the house. So understand that. And keep in mind, her father did her frames. Her sister, bigger sister, helped her and motivated her. Black folks, understand you are not alone. Black is trending. And don't believe the hype. We love each other. We support each other. We buy from each other. We invest in each other. So keep that in mind, and we showcase each other. So don't believe the old hype about if you open your business, who's going to support you because Black folks don't support each other. That is BS. It ain't true. And thank you, the Kansas City Star, for the apology of their racist past, which I talked to them and I found out that it was crazy, really, 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 really genuine. And I want to say that out loud. It was really, really genuine. And I'm going to have more about that situation. We're talking about that maybe Monday on the show. We'll talk about more of the KC Star situation. Really genuine. And a lot of that old press is why the Black community in Kansas City was behind. But now you're seeing they apologize. And now you see the truth. We support each other. We're phenomenal. We love Keisha. We love William. You saw Alana. This is all about y'all. And we're going to be showcasing hundreds of Black businesses right here leading up into the whole holiday season. So again, you guys, success for everyone, and that means you. And I will see you here next time. Kareem Jackson, peace.